moving forward, 49ers that now travel to Cincinnati to play the Bengals, the beat up Bengals. Perry, keys to victory for next week. I know this isn't a preview show, but we can just get a little bit into it. What do the 49ers need to do that they didn't do today to ensure they don't drop below 500 again?
Jimmy Garoppolo's got to watch film and realize that linebackers play football. Because I just saw the Bobby Wagner INT. That was so bad.
So bad.
It's so bad.
Wagner's literally running and he turns around and he's just like, oh, the ball's right here.
Right.
No,
it's almost like he looked at it and was like, what is this? What is the ball?
Yeah, he's like, okay. The Diggs one was bad too. You know what? I think it's just turnover-free football. That's been the story throughout Garoppolo's entire career. It's like the dude with like one or more turnovers, his record is significantly different than it is with no turnovers. And Matt touched on it earlier when we were talking about the interceptions thing. Garoppolo has yet to go 3 straight games in his career without an interception, which is, I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a stretch in his, I don't know it's Rodgers, but he had a stretch where he threw like 12 or 13 straight games, no interception or something crazy. Garoppolo can't even go 3. So limit the turnovers. And I mean, it's just all these BS turnovers that keep happening.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it at that, guys. Just limit the turnovers, play clean football, and just get out with the victory. First and foremost, just clean football.
Yep. Turnover-free football, win the time of possession. Here's the thing, especially with this Bengals team, make Joe Burrow uncomfortable, particularly if Mixon's going to be out. I read the latest on Joe Burrow. He dislocated that pinky. He doesn't expect to miss any time, but that's a pinky. It's part of his grip on the football, which means that he's going to be fluttering some balls because no way after a dislocation is it going to be ready in 7 days and swelling or pain-free. You make him uncomfortable. You force him into mistakes, particularly without Joe Mixon to back him up. You do whatever you can to take away the outside shot and try to make Burrow work over the middle where he's not going to be as good. But you absolutely have to lessen your turnovers, control time of possession, try to run the football. That's all.
Yeah. Hung Fat says it here. Need to commit to the running game. Jimmy can't do it for San Francisco solely.
I think they did commit to the running game, but Seattle was stacking the box. And I think that going forward, you're going to see more of this. You're going to see teams going like, we know Jimmy can't beat us.
Yeah.
And Seattle does a good job, I think, more than a lot of other teams of limiting what Jimmy can do over the middle because Wagner is so good, because they're able to play the center of the field. If you take away the center of the field and you take away the running game, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to hurt the 49ers going forward.
Yeah, I mean, they ran it 22 times, and well, technically 25, 22 with Mitchell, 1 to Kittle, 2 with Jimmy.
That Kittle one actually worked. It was weird because they ran him on like they did the I forget what kind of motion they call it, like slingshot motion or whatever, where he goes like way far back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was orbit motion? I think it was orbit.
It was interesting. It
finally worked. An interesting play.
Those plays to Kittle usually don't.
Yeah, but it worked.
It got the first down. Hopefully Deebo Samuel's back next week. I haven't heard any updates on that, but I believe it was 1, possibly 2 weeks.
Yeah, I hope Fred's back too.
Fred as well. That would be big. I believe the 49ers need to activate D Ford by the 15th. I could be wrong, but they opened up his 15-day window, practice window, and they need to activate him between then. It could be sooner than the 15th. So possibly D Ford back. If not, I don't think they're able to activate him again for the rest of the year, right? That's how that works. You can only
not sure, but that sounds right. If they have him for that 3-week window and they don't activate him for the game, I think he's going to go on the shelf for the season. So which is really weird that they activated him with him potentially not being ready for those 3 weeks. That seems like a big mistake to me.
I agree. I thought they activated him last week with the hopes to go, and if not last week, certainly this week. Right. We didn't see him either week, so hopefully next week for sure. Play mistake-free football as much as possible. Things are going to happen. It's the game. Like Matt said, that tip drill interception by I forget. I think it was Disley. It could have been Disley or Everett. It was by Gerald Everett in the end zone.
Yep.
Stuff like that happens.
Good job by K1 snaking it, though.
That was a hell of a snap. He grabbed it right out of the air. Yeah. I wish he would have just taken a knee in the end zone, but hey, whatever. That's all right. He went out 2 yards, and then Jimmy gets the safety.
I think it was because one of his feet was outside of the end zone, so I think you have to err on the side of caution of like, I'm out of the end zone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but again, they forced 2 turnovers in the red zone. If Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't throw those picks, they win.
Yeah, that's huge. It would have been huge. And I think getting Deebo back, if he's back, would help significantly. George Kittle continues to prove he's still George Kittle. He had that little bit of a lull in his performances in his game. He's back. George Kittle's officially back. I was tired of hearing the announcers say today, oh, Russell Wilson is back. This is Russell Wilson prime time. George Kittle's back. George Kittle had almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's a beast. If he can get involved with Deebo involved, Brandon Ayuk with the kind of supplanting first downs, touchdowns here or there, the 49ers office shouldn't have a bad hard time moving the ball.
The saddest part of this whole thing is when you look at the weapons the 49ers have, you're just like, man, with better quarterback play, this team would score like 30 points a game.